you go to the docking bay. I won't. Obviously, we're walking through Moor Market, and we get to the docking bay, and there in front of you, she leads you down into her ship. This ship is called the Sparrow. Let me just open the Sparrow up for you guys here. Thank you. It might take a little time to load. Let me know once you're seeing things on.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there.
Cool. And if you just zoom out so you can take it all in, I'll give you
Oh yeah.
of the ship. You'll notice on the right hand side there are tokens. These tokens are Wrath and Glory tokens. These will be given to you if you do something heroic, or taken away from you if you decide to spend them. So that's just a little visual aid for you guys. So, welcome to the Sparrow. I will just read out a small sample from my writings to help me remember what is in here. So, if you're zoomed out fully so you can see the Sparrow in its entirety, you'll notice that you are all situated currently on the, I believe it's called the brig. Is it a brig? The main area?
The bridge.
Bridge. Thank you. The bridge.
Brig is the prison.
The brig is the prison, that's right. Yeah, you're not in
Slightly
prison.
different start to the game.
So, this is the bridge. Your usual affair of there's a nice little comms area here with a map of the current star system that you're in. There's an area to sit, to pilot. On the top left is storage space where you may find some weaponry, none of which are as impressive as what you're already carrying, but there are spare bits if you do need them or choose to restock on ammo. On the far left down here you've got the engine room 1. On the opposite side, once again, engine room 2. You've got a office space on the left here. You've got some more storage space on the right. Down on the bottom you've got your sleeping quarters and where you go to the loo. And then on the right hand side here is the Medicaid area, so where you go to fix yourself up should anything happen, and the little cafeteria as well there. So welcome to the Sparrow. I do have this all written out on my sheet if ever I lend this to you guys if you needed to see it. Like so. Cool. Okay, so let's begin here. So as you enter the bridge, the sound of cooling fans start up and a beeping emits from the east corner over here. Glowing eyes of a servo skull flicker and the skull takes flight, coming over to you all. It stops briefly to scan Anastasia, and then scans you all in turn.
Welcome back, Mistress, and welcome, guests of Mistress. I am N1-G3L, personal servant to Anastasia Force. Please inform me if you have any requests, that I may take care of them swiftly and efficiently.
N1G3L.
That's right.
Well, nice to see you, Nigel. I'll make my stay at home. Where do we need to hang out if we're waiting for here? Actually, I'm interested to see the flight of this ship, so yeah, all's good. Are we recognized as guests of this person? What would happen if we were here without this lady?
Anastasia butts in. Nigel, give them your programming initiative. So Nigel goes blank, so his eyes stop flickering and you just see a red light. And he says, in a deep, monotonous voice,
Retrieving model information. I am Servo Skull Model IR2-468-201, assigned to Commissar Anastasia Voros. I originate from the world Vostroya. I am capable of lifeform scans of up to 50 feet. Languages known include High Gothic, Low Gothic, basic Aladari lexicon and Cant Mechanicus. I can perform simple Medicae operations and have the biological knowledge of most life forms with which to assist in this. I am coupled with the vessel designation Sparrow. I am here to plot coordinates and perform pilot actions remotely whilst aboard. I am forbidden to handle any weapons nor harm any agent of the Imperium or anyone that Mistress deems safe.
He then sort of comes to and returns back to his podium in the corner and goes into idle mode. There, I think you have any questions answered?
What is
yes.
the condition of this vessel? Is there any fluid leaking from this vessel?
There are any fluid. Specific.
Anastasia frowns at
We
you.
have no wings.
Anastasia frowns at you. No, this vessel is high performance. Never had a shot taken at it in its lifetime. It was a gift from my father.
For anyone who isn't us that's listening, that's an in-joke about a character that Luke Arwen used to play called Batani.
Yes.
Whenever we hear the word vessel, I just cannot help
it
myself.
Oh, right,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah.
It's a whole new meaning when you have to say, I'm inside a vessel.
Inside a vessel.
Brilliant. So, come, I will show you around. So she takes you all into this office first of all. Let's leave Alex there for the moment. He is following you, but you know, it's just...
So, have you ever transported Xenos material on this ship?
No, heavens no. We are strictly designated to our research vessel for such things. It is heresy to carry such things on a vessel not designated by the Order Xenos to carry such things.
So this is me. What is Xenos material? Is it like alien bits?
So
or
Xenos
like...
is used to describe anything that isn't man. So alien,
Okay.
or obviously or space marine. So
Right. So it could be biological or technological.
that's correct. You've got Necrons, which are quite machiny, so they're still counted as Xenos. Tyranids, which are very biological, are very volatile as well. You've got Tau as
Mental
well.
shit.
Yeah.
Which are
and
mostly
Undyes.
mechanized, but yeah.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, as you enter this office, a low mechanical growl emits from under the desk. A cybermastiff emerges, eyes lit red and teeth bared. Stand down, Brutus, calls Anastasia as she goes over to pet the creature. Its eyes switch from red to green and it sits obediently. This is Brutus, my cybermastiff. He is a great companion, even better bodyguard. Please don't feed him. His hunger is still active to make his desire to kill and hunt more effective, but he has no digestive system, so the food sits and rots in his frame. It is not pleasant.
I like startle back a bit. Like, okay, wow, is it? Yeah. Good to know. Okay, yeah, I'll be sure not to touch that.
So she shows you around the ship. I mean, I did. Unfortunately, I've already described most of the rooms to you. So if you have any questions about any of the rooms, feel free to ask. But she makes it clear that her ship is your home until it's obviously your ship. So feel free to make yourselves at home. If you want to designate yourselves some jobs while we're flying, that's absolutely fine. She's comfortable piloting because she will be using Nigel, as we now call him, as the coordinator for the ship. But if you want to assist her in that, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, relax or feel free to ask each other questions or ask her questions. But by all means, it's up to you now. If you want to describe what you're going to be doing whilst we're travelling to this ship, that's absolutely fine.
Mostly avoiding others. In terms of searching the ship, looking for anything that would be useful to the Eldari, or anything that would indicate something that would be related to obviously my quest as and forgive me anyone that's watching for the pronunciation of Altiok or Altok or Ailtok, who knows. Just trying to re-find what I was looking for. Anything that might link me back to the Eldari, basically, and trying to scrub his existence.
Sure. Okay. You can feel free to look through the office area, which contains data ports, data slates, and paperwork. If you think that would help you.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't raise any suspicion, basically.
Anastasia will be busy piloting, so if you choose to exit the room, she will be unaware of you doing anything aboard this ship.
Fair.
And that goes for anyone. If you guys want to snoop around or check logs or whatever, Nigel might know, but Anastasia will be unaware.
So that actually probably ties into what my plan was, because I think maintenance would probably be my job role if I was to take one on the ship. So I would be, first things first, I need to know how long this journey is going to take to get to there.
The ship is actually not too far away at all. That's why she landed on this moon planet, because it will take a matter of 30-45 minutes to get there.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. That's no problem. I was like, if it's a few days or something, then yeah. I wanted to know where we were going to be sleeping and stuff like that. But if it's just going to take half an hour, I might go see if there's any good reading material, or if not, I might try to maybe do a little bit of snooping. Just take a look at the logs to see if anything stands out of recent destinations or any sort of cargo that sounds a bit like that, maybe seems a bit alarming.
Yeah, sure. And what will Fabio be doing at this point?
He's gonna look through documents. I think he's going to absorb himself in the data. If there's a data station, somewhere he can plug into, he'll read the nav charts, local populations, recent merchant shipping, and tracking on other vessels that have been known to be in the local area. He's going to read up.
Sure, okay. So, we will have Amoriel will be over in the office, scouring for bits and bobs. We will have Rob, who will... Sorry, I keep saying Rob instead of Icavon, because that's what's on my screen.
No.
Icavon will go to the data deck here and see if he can find something. And Alex over there, he's just happily doing his thing. And there is another data station here as well, just there. So what I will do is I'll get you to respectively roll for different things. So first of all, let's do you, Amoriel. If you would like to roll for me a investigation roll, that would be great. So you'll be fine.
A 4.
4. So you rummage through paperwork. It's all very neatly packed away. She's obviously taken the time to file things correctly, and data slates as well. You don't find anything about the Eldari in particular, or whether or not she has had run-ins with them. You can assume that she's a commissar, so she must have at some point. But in her personal records that she keeps here, nothing. In fact, she actually speaks about them quite highly, even though it's usually about how to... I wouldn't say defeat them, but how to circumvent their volatile attitudes, shall we say? Basically, it's
Removed
more...
from the Imperium.
Yeah, it's just standard affair that you'd expect from anyone that's high-ranking member of the Imperium that is combat-ready, really. No, nothing seems out of the ordinary. She's visited a planet called Carabidian. She's also visited a planet called Enoch several times. She's been there quite a lot. And that's about it. That's all you get. So, next, Rob, if you'd like to roll for tech, please.
Good. Yep.
5. Nice. Okay. As you connect yourself up to this tech cabinet, I suppose you could call it, this terminal, you read through the logs and you realise that there is a defence protocol on this ship, and it is built into the back side of the ship where the cargo is held. I'll ping the areas. If you zoom out, you can just see there's 2 sort of circular areas here.
Right.
Basically, under a certain command prompt, which you can't ascertain because it's encrypted, 2 turrets, heavy bolter turrets, will spring out and begin to fire on anything deemed a threat.
Okay.
Other than that, you also pick up on the fact that she has been to the planet Enoch quite a few times. Not out of the ordinary. You guys probably have all heard of Enoch. It's a shrine world. There's a lot of Sisters of Battle there. They specialise in healing there. There's a few hospitals on that planet, and they also supply quite a lot of grain to the rest of this sort of star system. I might be wrong there. People in the chat will be like, "That's not what Enoch is about," but that to me is what Enoch is about. So
Okay.
now it's to you what Enoch is about.
when you say a shrine world, is this something like I'm assuming like good deity, or like or a range of different deities? Or
So a shrine world typically is usually just a world to describe. Basically, imagine a cathedral world that it's just covered in churches and cathedrals and hospitals.
Oh, right, okay.
And they praise to the Emperor of Man, who all of us do. Anyone Imperium praises to the Emperor.
Okay.
And unless you're from the Cult Mechanicus, in which case you praise to the Omnissiah, which is the machine god. They all work in tandem, so you'd all be fighting for the same cause. A shrine world is a good guy world. You wouldn't find anything bad on a shrine world necessarily. You wouldn't expect to find anything bad on a shrine world, but who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
Okay, and Fabio, you're reading through the logs and you're reading through the shipping documents as well, seeing if there's anything interesting about the goings-ons and the to's and fro's of this ship and neighbouring ships as well. You learn that the ship that we're heading towards was in fact headed towards Carabidian, and so she wasn't lying about that, and also contained Xenos tech, so she wasn't lying about that either. She also has made several trips to Enoch. You learn the same information as the other guys. Well documented. She went there because you were looking at the shipping lanes and what she was carrying in particular. She went there to drop someone off, and she came back without that person. And she then went to make contact with the ship the aforementioned ship that we're headed towards, and upon realising that she couldn't make contact, headed towards here straight away. So her story kind of checks out.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions from anyone about what they would have liked to have known, if I haven't answered it already?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. We will continue. So, the Sparrow shudders forward before righting itself. Despite the small stature of the vessel, it's strangely smooth and quick. Nigel, or N1-3GL, as he's also known as, floats towards the navigation deck and inputs some data. The ship turns away from the system and speeds up. The moon Imperia and then the planet itself, Gilead Primus, leave the view as you all speed towards, there's on the other page, the edge of the system. So, I've done this a bit backwards. We should have probably designated you this after this. So what we'll do is we will assume that you spend this time looking through these documents and we start to reach the vessel that is called the Glorious Bright. So if you look through the port windows, you can see this ship fast quickly approaching. Let's have a look. If someone would like to make a DN3 awareness check, actually, let's see who's by the windows geographically. I'm going to say Icavon, if you'd like to make me a awareness check, please. This one's DN3. I'm just going to say that out loud because I already did, because I was reading off the sheet.
Yep.
Wow, excellent. Okay, for that roll, I will tell you that you observe the ship as we approach, and it seems to actually be in perfect condition from the outside. The only thing you can notice... Actually, make a technology check.
Sure.
Yep, that's fine. The engines are off. You can see that they're off. You can't see any smoke, you can't see any debris. Everything looks absolutely fine.
Right.
It's just the ship is just stationary. As in, it must have actively switched off its engines, gone slightly into reverse to remain stationary in space, because obviously if you turn off engines in space, you still move.
Yeah.
And is just, well, floating there, as it will. All the lights are on, everything seems to be absolutely operational.
So there's, what size kind of ship is it in comparison to our own?
It's big. I would say it is 5 of this ship in length.
Right, okay, cool.
Kind of narrow, but I'd say 3 in width, 5 in length. So it's an average size for a research freighter. It's definitely nowhere near the biggest thing you've ever seen in the Imperium, by far.
No.
But it looks like it can comfortably hold anywhere between 30 to 60 people.
Okay, then I'll
it's not massive. It's bigger.
Yeah, I'll point it out if I'm the first one to spot it. I'll be like, over there. Yeah, I can see the ship over there. And then I will look at it, and it's a freighter, so it is just kind of like a cargo ship, as far as I'm aware. Like I would ascertain its purpose.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any? In fact, I'll turn to her. It's like, hey, you got anything on here? We can kind of scan that ship to see whether there's any life forms aboard or anything like that. Any defenses up or whatever like that.
Yes. N1-3 G3L. Run a scan on the ship.
Running also scan. Life forms detected. However, I'm unable to differentiate between initial findings due to vessel shields.
Basically, there are life forms, they are alive, but he can't tell you how many, he can't tell you what they are, because the vessel's shields are still up.
Do we know if we could pass through the shield? Like, what do we know about shields in effect? Like, can we pass through it if our ship coupled with their ship? Could we board it with that, or would we have to do something to the enemy shield?
So, generally speaking, you would know that if you were to issue a request to dock, and they accept, they would then let the shields down to let you dock onto the ship.
Okay. Well, then I say we issue a request to dock I think we can do this, issue a request to dock, and then we'll try and board them. We'll see just what is going on.
Yes, let me try and speak to them through the comms first. Maybe they will respond to us. So she fires up the comms unit and she says, "This is the crew of the Sparrow, Commissar Anastasia Vros. To the crew of the Glorious Bride, can you hear me? Over." And on the loudspeaker, there's no response. All you can hear is just a very, very quiet crackling. "I repeat, across all local channels in this vicinity, can you hear me? This is Commissar Anastasia Vros of the Sparrow. Clearance number 20275D. I order you to respond." Once again, a moment passes, and nothing. So, upon hearing your request to make a request to dock, Nigel pipes up.
I have made a request to dock, and it has been approved. How do you wish to proceed?
One would believe cautiously would be the best at this point.
Of course, with caution.
What is likely to be the ability for us to embark on this vehicle, if it is not responding to our hail?
Well, we have received our request to dock has been answered, so we can, I assume, dock with no problem at all.
What exactly answered?
Oh, we do not know. I can only assume that their comms are down as well.
Is there any way to access any form of video feed that they may have that would enlighten us of this
Not without
predicament?
them responding to us, I'm afraid.
Well, I suppose we best go in ready. It seems strange that a vessel would not at least enlighten us of this if they are struggling. How many... If I was to go over to the window, does it look like all systems are nominal, or does it look like, everything's powered down? I mean, we've had to walk in something where there's no form of life support.
So Icavon noticed, and I imagine probably exclaimed, and you can look out the window yourself as well, but I'll describe it to you. Everything seems absolutely fine. There's not scratches, there's no evidence of damage, the lights are on, well, at least the outside lights are on, as far as you can tell. The shield is up, so obviously the generators are still working for that, which is brilliant. Everything seems to be fine. It's just the engines are off, and apparently the comms are broken or down, or they're not responding for some reason.
Alright, well, looks like we're not going to find much over here. Surely there's a cargo hold or landing bay or something we can dock up into there, maybe get a closer look. Maybe once we're on the ship, we can access the security feed or something and take a look at that, maybe get a better eye.
Sounds like a good idea.
Excellent.
Just for reference, because I assume we're going to find something unpleasant. Where we have range for weapons, I assume that if, like, for my long rifle, 18 is the minimum range.
Yes.
If it said 18.
That's correct.
Okay. Cool. So 18 is the width nearly of the Sparrow.
Oh, no. So 18 is at the point where then you start to get the next tier of... So I think you get like a minus... It's plus to your difficulty level if you're further than 18. So if you're within that 18 bracket, you're shooting at a normal difficulty level. And then if it's more than that, it's at a plus difficulty level. And then if it's more than that again, then it's a plus difficulty level. I mean, like how Pathfinder adds +2 to things in increments. It's just an increment.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely welcome to hit someone and shoot them in the face with your long rifle.
Okay, see, I thought it was the inverse of that anything less than 18, and it's like your sniper rifle's ineffective.
No, and if
Yeah,
anyone tells
yeah.
me differently on the chat, I will ignore it because that's how I
So
wanted to play it.
effectively, we're playing Counter-Strike, where you
Yeah.
used to run around with the scout rifle and just shoot people like it was a shotgun.
Yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
it. Although,
This is what I'm going to be
Awesome.
notified with my fucking long lays now.
although to counter that point, if you do run up to someone and try and shoot them in combat, you will not be able to do that because it's not a combat weapon. You can only do that with pistols.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you can't really do that, but you can stand a square away and do it. So yeah,
It sounds
one of those
brutal.
things.
I mean, effectively, myself and Icavon are carrying 50 cals.
Yeah.
We're going to
yeah.
use them at point blank range.
Yeah, they're evil weapons. Yeah.
Oh,
Fair enough.
okay.
So,
Yeah, because I've got a long lays which has got sniper 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Okay.
Anastasia pipes up. Nigel, gather some tools from one of the engine rooms and meet us by the doors. We will prepare to board and aid the ship in any way we can to get them operational again. She seems pretty in high spirits seeing the ship in good condition. She thinks, for all intents and purposes, that there's something just mechanical gone wrong with the ship and that she's going to help them and then you'll be back on the moon in no time. Cheering and drinking. So, the way that you can dock with this ship is at the very back, the way you came in. So I'm going to move you all down into what is technically a cargo area, and then you can decide how you want to approach the opening of the door. Because I imagine you've all got your suspicions.
I'm going to have pulled out my Ranger long rifle, which is shrouded in what would be considered sort of camo gear, but mostly to disguise the fact that it's clearly not an Imperium weapon. I feel like it's going to be really hard for me to miss, based on the fact that it's a sniper 2. Just so many dice are going to be involved in this. It's ridiculous. I get the impression that based on it, I'm going to end up with like 20 dice to roll every time I shoot. It's going to be ridiculous. Yeah, literally, I'm stood on the back row. I wouldn't be on the front if can be avoided. Just ready. I mean, if it's the only sort of formation that we can have, then literally just ready to sort of blast anything that might be on the other side of the door.
Okay.
And sort of speaking to the rest, I sort of would inform them, I believe we probably need to be ready for the worst that we might find on the other side of this door. It seems strange to me that this Imperium vessel wouldn't communicate with us. So it's probably likely something is amiss on the other side.
I agree with that. Hey, Fabio, do you want to take point on this one? You look like the
only front line.
front line guy. And also, I'll just go. Wait, she's with us. This lady, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So
Anastasia.
do you two take sort of
Anastasia.
a step back, as it were?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any preference into where you are along here?
No, central is perfect because it gives me a wide scope range.
Okay. Just for the sake of arguments, these 3 squares is the length of the door. I know it sort of cuts off there, but it's easy.
Yeah, no, that's
if you're
fine.
getting through or whatever. Cool. Okay. Anastasia turns to you and sees you guys locking and loading, as it were, ready for action. She's like, No. Lower your weapons. If these are my men, we do not want to meet them with hostility. Because they can't hear us. They might think we are enemies. We need to remain calm and take it slowly. Please don't point your weapons at the doorway.
I won't have my. So I will draw my lays rifle as my. What's it called? My long lays as well. So I imagine it's like a. It's almost like a telescopic, like sniper rifle comes out, extends out, and as I'm sort of lasing there, sort of like comes
style.
out. Yeah, like that sort of thing. Yeah,
can
but
I wear?
I'm not holding it at the door. I'm just ready at the door.
Can I roll? I'm going to abide by Anastasia's wishes, but I'd like to roll sort of an awareness roll to be sort of almost as soon as I get an inkling of something threatening. Like basically, this is Resident Evil. The door's going to open, zombies are going to pull out. Is basically what's in my head.
Why do you guys think that there's something behind those doors? What has led you to?
We have seen so many sci-fi movies.
Is this your first film you've ever watched?
The ship goes to space.
Yeah.
It goes up to a vessel that is not responding. I mean, even Red Dwarf knew this was a bad idea. So, yeah, I'd like to roll an awareness roll just to be really pinpointing my vision on the opening doors, that as soon as I see anything that looks moderately threatening, I'm going to fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
This is
absolutely
40k. I've got
fine.
Dead Space 10 loaded up on my intercom, so like, swear. Oh dear boy.
Across 6 dice, I got a 1.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I know
well,
nothing.
there-
I know nothing.
The hum of being in the hull of the ship, and
It's off-putting.
it's
Surrounded by the Imperium is a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's sketchy at best. So, what would you like to do, Fabio? How are you going to approach this?
Fabio's got his laser dust pistol in one hand, and his chainsword in the other, and he starts up the chainsword.
He's not taking any chances.
He just revs it a bit because it's it's got this rev to it. He's got this chainsaw in his left hand, for the Imperium, and he slams the open hatch button to open the doors.
Okay. So the ships dock without any problems.
They haven't docked properly, and whoosh, everyone's taken out into space.
Goes out the hole. Into the
We'll get
Imperium of the
spaced.
warp. Nice. No, the ship's dock absolutely fine. The red light turns to green. I'll just read it out, shall I? Here we go. The airlock light switches to green with a beep, and Anastasia reaches across and presses the button to open the doors. The 2 doors open without so much as a creak, and you are met by a dark, unlit corridor in front of you. A wave of stale fungal stench washes over your noses, and Anastasia doesn't hide, covering her nose in arm, a mastercrafted las pistol in her other hand. Motes of dust float from the other vessel out of the darkness. I have a bad feeling about this, she mutters so quietly it barely reaches your ears. And with that, she moves back. 2 frames approach from the darkness, their pale complexion and slightly bulbous heads shining with moisture as they inch forwards, las guns in hand. So, I would like you to decide who is going first.
It's definitely not me. I'm mostly staring at the floor.
Yeah, you flumped.
Fabio's he's in front and he's ready. What does he see? Describe that again.
Sure.
They people.
Yep.
With
So 2 frames approach from the
Like
darkness, their
people.
pale complexion and slightly bulbous heads shining with moisture as they inch forwards, las gun in hands. If
Goddamn
you'd like to
zombie.
if you'd like to make a test to see if you recognise them, that is a free action, and
Yep.
you can do that as part of your turn.
Perfect.
It is a free
Yeah,
action,
I do
it
that.
needs to be.
Seeing it.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
I would like you to
What?
make
What if this is a
what would it come under?
scholar?
Yeah, make a scholar check, because that sounds interesting.
Scholar is okay.
3 with a critical failure. Oh, that was Rob. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Fabio
me,
gets
yeah.
a 2. Okay. You recognise these. So, both Rob and Fabio. James, would you like to roll as well?
A scholar? Yeah, why not? No, actually,
So, Icavon, Fabio, and Amoriel. So I imagine if you get higher than a 2, you're fine. A 2 or higher.
Oh, I would if the bloody chat boxes weren't in the way. There we go.
Excellent. Okay. You all recognise them to be members of the Imperium. However, Amoriel, you recognise them to be tainted somehow. And Fabio, you know that something's up. However, Rob, I'm going to take control of your narrative here because it's interesting. You recognise them as members of the Imperium. However, you don't think anything's wrong with them. You just think that they're sweaty and they just happen to be pale because, well, there are a lot of members of the Imperium that happen to be pale.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent. So, Fabio, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So he will. He's going to talk to them. Halt and identify yourselves. I want rank, name, number. Identify everything about you. One more step, and it'll be your last.
So the one in the centre responds to you.
For the four-armed Emperor.
Heresy! Heresy! And to respond, he takes a shot at that one. He will shoot his gun at that one.
Absolutely. So, you have a las pistol, don't you?
Yes, las pistol. It says damages. Well, how do we hit?
So you're rolling your ballistic skill this time. That's the total.
Are you serious? Right.
So it'll be ballistic skill.
Oh,
So it'll be total of. What's your ballistic skill?
It's 1.
It's 1.
what?
No, it can't be 1. Surely not.
Agility. I've got agility 1.
And then plus your ballistic skill, which is a skill.
I've got no value against.
Oh, Jesus.
I've got agility of 1.
Agility
I didn't
1.
think-
And
You are
ballistic
literally
skill.
just a frontline, like, shooter.
Oh,
You're a
right.
puncher, aren't you?
That is not what I meant to be at all. I meant to be at the front, but I didn't mean for. I just meant thought agility was like ducking and diving and dodging,
I tell you
not
what,
shoot
what's
a
your
weapon.
weapon skill as well? Just
My weapon skill is 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah, that's more reasonable. It's the wrong one. But
You might have a refresh of character by next session.
yeah, because I didn't match agility with
no, it's
That's absolutely fine.
shooting.
For the purposes of this game, add a 3 to your agility, to your ballistic skill, not your agility, because that would be overpowered. Just add a 3 to your ballistic skill, and then we can talk about your balancing afterwards.
Yeah, fine, no problem.
Otherwise, it's not
never going to hit
shoot.
anything.
Yeah, because he's got 2 guns, so we'll absolutely fine. So ballistic skill 4, set roll 4.
Excellent. So you strike this. This being, this person.
Yeah.
Which one were you shooting for? I imagine the one that responded to you in the
The
centre.
one that's corresponded with the 4-armed emperor.
Excellent. You shoot him square in the chest. If you'd like to make a damage roll, please.
How'd you do that? So I've got 7 plus 1 ED. So what do I roll? 8.
So you get 7. So it's 7 damage, and then roll another dice, and you could possibly get an extra 2 if you get a. So you get a crit fail on your damage. So I will allow you to get the full damage on that. We won't worry about the crit fail on it. So you
Okay.
strike the creature, and he dies. That creature dies. Simple.
Burns
takes-
a hole through his chest.
Takes a shot to the chest. The one next to him sees his comrade fall. He then takes a shot. God, I've got to remember what their stats are now. Hang on, it's down here somewhere. Here we go. Let's go 5. Skill 5. Is it skill 5? Yes. Okay, so he rolls a 3. So that goes against your defense, your total defense, which is a.
My date. Is that for me? Fabio.
Yes. Yep.
Fabio's
Fabio's
defense
defense.
resilience is 8.
Is resilience 8? Okay.
Defense 2, resilience 8.
Okay.
Oh, that's from the Doomforge print off. So that's what that's telling me.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. Goes against your defense. So you do get hit.
Mhm.
Okay, so he has. Let's see the weapon. 7 1 ED. Okay, so this goes against your resilience.
Mhm.
So 0. So 7 against your resilience, which does nothing.
Resilience 8.
Okay.
Okay.
So he hits you, but it strikes the carapace armor on your chest.
Awesome.
Okay. Does nothing. Just pings straight off. Who would like to go next? I think we will.
I would. Yeah.
Let's have Rob next because you fumbled your awareness.
Oh, I did.
roll.
Yeah.
Rob, what would you like to do?
Just staring at the ground.
Icavon, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so I think these are Imperial, but I don't know. First things first, I need to know what the forearm god or king, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to do a roll for this. You know that the Four-Armed Emperor is a blasphemy against the Imperium. The Four-Armed Emperor is what
Chaos.
Genestealer cultists call the Tyranid Mastermind, the Tyranid Hive Mind. So you know that this guy is sick and infected. Like, he's sick psychologically and possibly.
Okay, in which case I'll take a shot at him. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. If you'd like to do
So,
a roll for me,
actually, I want to practice this as well because I've got my long lays out, so I'd like to aim and shoot. I don't know if I can do that on the same turn, I assume.
that's fine.
You want to do a dead shot?
You get a +1 for being in short range.
Okay.
You also get a.
Yes, and I have my dead shot. So when you take the aim action, you can and make a cooled shot. You double the ED.
Yep. That's absolutely fine.
So
you get, so yeah, if you do your ballistic roll, I'll work out whether or not you hit because the +1s and everything is in my head rather than yours.
okay, so I'll just roll my skill as it says here. I won't add any +1s or whatever to it.
No, just roll your skill. Every modifier goes against.
Oh
DM.
damn! Oh damn!
That's a critical success, Rob, not a failure. So you got
Yeah, I know.
7.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I know. And it's got a 6 on the RAF die as well.
Yep, that is amazing. So just as a heads up, the DN of hitting these guys is 3. So you've hit him very well. You do gain a RAF die. I'll give you a RAF die for such a great shot. So keep that in mind. It's a hero point, essentially, in Pathfinder terms.
Wicked.
And yeah, you're gonna kill him outright. So if you want to describe how you do it, that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I think because obviously the focus has been between Fabio and these guys. So he's sort of run forward, it's like blasphemy, fire. He's fired at the other guy. The other guy's raised his gun to look at him, but as soon as you do, you just see this laser bolt just carve a hole straight through the head, and you sort of see. I imagine seeing Fabio, and then the camera tilts slightly around, and you see Icavon's just already got his rifle up, he's just like a flash there, with the laser sort of smoke coming from the end of the barrel, as this guy just falls dead just off the floor.
Amazing. Okay. So, as that happens, 3 more step forward out of the darkness. Amoriel, you're up. That was my turn, by the way. I moved them in.
Okay, so there's another one. So similarly, I've just looked up the aim action. I'm not going to move, so I'm going to use my sniper ability of Sniper 2. So I get an additional +2 dice to my attack.
Sure. Okay.
And then I gain I get an extra D equal to the sniper weapons rating. So I get a +1 to the attack, and a +2 to the extra dice for damage. I'm also
with your weapon. With your weapon, if you hit one, they will die.
Oh yeah. I'm also going to use similar to Rob. I'm going to use Deadshot. So yeah, this thing's fucked. So I'm gonna roll 11 dice.
Absolutely.
And do terribly, but still hit.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be carrying over like 2 of those. 1, 2. Yeah. It's describe to me how you call this thing. Go ahead.
So unlike the las rifle, which sort of I assume there's some kind of hum as it discharges. But literally, you sort of turn and you just see Amoriel, just his rifle just whips up rather eloquently, and there's no sound as this round just exits the gun, and just suddenly you just see the body in front of you of whatever this sort of creature is. The head is no longer attached to it, and the gun is then slowly lowered as the body itself also crumbles to the ground. I assume it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. Which one did you strike, by the way? Sorry.
Literally the one directly in front of me.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, in terms of where it says reload 3, we have 3 shots till we have to reload.
That's correct. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, right, I get it. Yeah, okay,
I'm really glad that we get 3 shots before we reload. I was like, we have 3 ammo. That's what terrified me.
Yeah.
I was like, good lord. Yeah, obviously that's the end of mine. I feel like we're going to have a ranger off at some point, but yeah.
So how did you get the extra die? Because were the +1s +1 dice or +1?
You know where yours is sniper 1?
Yeah.
If you use your movement action, you get a +1 extra
right.
dice.
You should have got an extra dice, Rob.
Oh, okay.
However, if you were to move and then shoot, you wouldn't get that dice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, let's rock and roll.
My turn.
Yeah.
This neophyte draws out
Oh
his
god, they
sacrificial
moved!
dagger and takes a swing at you, Fabio. Once again, spitting all over you, he says,
For the four-armed emperor!
Basically, got COVID.
yeah. Right, let's have a look. He has
2 meters, buddy.
a weapon skill of 5.
I love the delay on the visual for us. It's amazing.
And your defense is a 3, isn't it? So he does hit Fabio. Let's see how much damage he causes.
Yeah.
I can't find the dagger entry, so I'm just going to.
Oh, I've got a knife.
Yeah, that'll do. What's the knife?
Knife is 4,
Is it
plus 2 ED.
It's a I thought so.
It's 4 asterisk, but I don't know what that means.
So he goes to hit you, and he may as well have missed because he just gets cloak.
Knife? It's based off your strength.
Yeah.
So
it's
it
not-
depends on their strength. Oh yeah, he's fucked.
He takes a swipe at you, Fabio, but he just gets cloak. He just ends up slicing a section of the cloak. Damn you! Who was next? Actually, I believe it was Fabio, wasn't it?
It is
Yeah.
Fabio.
Yeah.
So he'll rev his chainsaw. This is the one that's immediately in front of him. Let's rev his chainsaw, and let's see how that hits.
What is your weapon skill, Fabio?
3.
Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm rolling 3.
Yeah.
The weapon skill does melee, does it, and then ballistic skill does ranged shooting.
So your yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus your that's right. Okay, so plus my no, does not hit. I'm afraid he's so slimy that he just seems to just duck away from your attack.
That would have been good as well. The chainsaw's pretty brutal.
Wait, so is it like literally like a chainsaw, not like a chainsaw sword or something like?
Chainsaw. Sorry, it's my pronunciation.
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I literally thought you just like busted out like. A head
He's doing some woodwork.
Yeah, it's turned into what's the
Tree surgeon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brain surgeon. Okay, that's
Dead Rising.
that's all he does.
Okay. You can. Was that your only action?
What can you do? I don't
Will allow you
Move.
reaction economy.
I will allow you to a second attack.
Okay, then I'll shoot with the las pistol. It's a pistol, so it's,
Yeah.
it is a close weapon.
Yep, absolutely fine.
So if we said that ballistic skill was 4, then we'll do that. So roll 4. That's not OP, is it? Having a 3 for close combat, a 4 for that.
No, you're fine.
My ballistic skill's 10.
Yeah, you should be.
Oh, so maybe I haven't got enough points.
The average person at tier 2 should be looking at about 5 or 6 in both of those. So that's why I said add a 3 to your ballistic skill for the time being, and then we'll after this at some point in the week we'll take a little look.
I've got 20 in total of my attributes. We'll look at it afterwards.
Yeah.
So 4. Look at that bad boy. Pow 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 pow.
3, you hit.
Nice.
So what's the damage? It's a lasmus, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's 7 plus 1 ED. So how do I do that again?
So the ED is just an extra dice. So if you just roll the 1, so you get 1 plus 3, so that's 8. So describe how you blast this shitbag into oblivion.
So as the chainsword misses, he's low enough to aim the pistol up through the throat of this scumbag, and this whatever this creature looks like and is, and one blast, and the throat it kind of almost explodes, and knocks his head right back.
Excellent.
He falls to the ground.
I like the sound of that. 1 remaining.
Yeah.
So who's next? It would be Icavon.
It's me. Yeah. Okay. Can I point blank this guy with a sniper rifle?
You can take a step back and do so.
I've got.
But you can't really. You're not really meant to be able to point blank someone. You're technically now in combat because he's come up to you, and you're not really meant to do that with any weapon other than pistol. So you're more than welcome to take a step back and take a shot.
What I'll do is.
If you do,
instead,
he will take a roll. He will take an attack opportunity. But I mean,
No. Can I switch my sniper into my offhand, quickly draw my pistol and blast him there?
yeah, sounds like a great idea. Yeah, I like that sort of
Like
cowboy
quickly.
style. Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so there's still ballistics.
Yeah.
Oh.
You do
throw the
just
pistol.
hit him. So
I
you do just hit him. If you'd like to roll for damage and then describe what happens to you based on that one.
Okay. So what's my damage? So as a pistol, 7 plus 1 ED. What is?
So
I
you just roll 1 dice.
Just roll 1 dice.
Yeah. 7 is the flat damage plus 1 extra dice.
Okay.
I'm just consulting the failure table to see what.
I mean, he's very dead. It's just the negative for you.
Yeah. Well,
Fumble table is.
oh yeah. So if there is a table, I was gonna say.
I think there is a table, and I think it
Well-
would be fun to start using it. So let me just double
Yeah,
check on that and back to you. Could be a gun jam.
Yeah,
I
I
will
was-
have a look. What would it be under?
I'm trying to search. I've tried the word fail. I've tried fumble.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know whether this is sort of like me being taking it out on someone else, but can either the bullet or the spray of this monster like hit onto Fabio?
Can the what? Sorry, say again.
Can either like the bullet graze Fabio, or can like the spray, as I shoot this guy, some spray goes out and like maybe momentarily blinds Fabio or something? Or...
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yes.
Covered in ooze and
So you
goo.
get covered
Yeah.
you get covered in
Like you turn around, I just blast this thing, and it's like brain it just fucking goes right into your face.
Love that.
I do. Yeah, actually, I like the sound of that. That's brilliant. You get a wrath point for that, because that's actually a great suggestion.
Okay, cool. I'm racking these things up.
How many have you got,
do I
Steve?
spend them? Yeah.
Cool, that's cool. No, you can spend them on any reroll. So,
Oh, cool. Okay.
I would.
Yeah,
I would
literally
highly
you have
suggest-
choice.
Yeah, I would highly suggest you save them for next week's session. Just as
Okay.
a little heads up.
Yeah.
Right, my turn.
I'm putting them under wealth for the
I
moment.
have a turn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dump into the chat the wrath complications, as they're called.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
Oh wow.
Basically, it's really freeform. It's like
Yeah.
how much you want to screw yourself.
I like it. I like it. It's like narratively
I like
done
it.
as well.
I like that. I like the fact that you can give the player. I mean, the DM can choose to say, right, we
Yeah.
roll on the fail table, and we're just going to handle it like that. Or they can describe something that they feel is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Scope of things. Or they can just say, you know what, guys, do it yourself. Tell me what you did and how you did it, and then tell me how you found it. And I think that's
This is great. I actually quite like this system for the narrative elements to it, where it is a bit more freeform. You write your own story kind of thing. Like I like that quite a lot. In fact, this kind of leads quite well into. I think maybe I won't get into it too much, but after we've like done this, I'd be interested in doing the Monster of the Week one, because this follows up from this quite nicely with like this narrative writing. You write the story, and there's no like, yeah.
That sounds really cool. I'll be up for that.
Yeah.
Right. Suddenly, you hear a thumping as something heavy shambles its way to the doors. Brutus bounds from one of the offices in defense as an aberrant, a towering monstrosity of genetic mutation, swings its sledgehammer, sending the cybermastiff flying into the walls behind it and knocking it unconscious. Get back! Don't face it head on. It will kill you instantly. Nigel, prepare the defense protocols. Get this filth off of my ship, Anastasia shouts. The blast doors of the Sparrow initiate, locking you guys in this cargo hold, so in this area
With the creature.
with the creature.
Cool. So I assume it's then
you
what?
guys. It says, we've got to hold out until the turrets activate. Do you think you can distract this monstrosity for a few minutes?
I will put two of my finest slugs into its head, yes.
I can certainly try. I wasn't really built for this.
I assume it's then my turn.
Yes, whoever's turn it was next. Which is yours.
Cool. I'm going to take 2 shots straight at it.
Okay, go ahead.
So obviously, because I'm not taking the aim action, because obviously that requires an action, this is only a 10, so 11.
I'm gonna bring up his stats.
Oh, I hope 11 hits was screwed.
Ooh, you fucked. Okay. You do hit it.
Cool. So that's 10 plus 1 dice of nothing, so 10.
It bounces off.
Whoa. Second shot, again, striking for a 6.
You hit it.
10 plus 1, so 12 total.
The shot goes through its shoulder and it looks fucked off.
Cool. That's the end of my turn. I will need to spend an action reloading at the beginning of my next turn because I've now used 3 shots.
Excellent. You did, however, get a critical success.
But that's only because that was 1 dice I rolled.
That's absolutely fine. I will still count it as a critical success. Oh, no, that was on damage though, wasn't it?
That was on my damage dice, yeah.
No, you get nothing. You get nothing.
Nothing at all.
You get nothing.
Nah.
I sort of look slightly panicked left and right, and just to, role-playing wise. Well, given that I've struck it with two rather powerful shots, this would appear to be slightly more complicated enemy than we've previously faced, so I believe we may need to consider our options, and if you see things that you're unsteady for, you may need to realise that its survival is paramount.
My turn. It moves.
I run away.
So just to give you a heads up of what you're looking at in terms of space, the doors go here.
Ah.
So you are backed against the wall, essentially.
I run away.
Who is next? I believe it is Icavon's turn, and then.
I think I go after Fabio.
Oh, do you? Sorry, Fabio.
You do.
You're
I mean,
next.
Anastasia hasn't acted other than or was hers to lock the doors.
She locks the doors.
Cool. Is Alex just stood there laughing?
I mean,
Unless you're about to die, Alex isn't going to join in.
he's not going to join in for this because he isn't here, and
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have no idea what his character is.
I have got a stat block for him. It's not fun taking control of someone.
No, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead, Fabio. What would you like to
Charge!
Yeah, so he is going to get in close. So let's get in close and try and take a chunk out with the chainsword.
do? Sure. Would you like to go here? Or would you like to go here? Or behind him? I think you can do that. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can go behind him.
I like where he is. No, I like the diagonal. On a diagonal.
Sure, of course.
There. Isn't this the? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Back. Yeah, there. There you are. So between the other players and him. So I was looking. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's try and do that then. So let's roll 4. Oh dear.
Oh, so
Doesn't look good.
don't manage to connect with him. You do get a fail, however. So I would let you take control of that.
Okay, so he swings towards the creature. Have you described the creature already?
Yes, I can do so
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Want me to?
Yeah, sorry, I must have missed.
Yeah, sure. He is a towering monstrosity of genetic deformation.
As he swung,
He also has 3 arms, as opposed to 2.
as he
normal.
so Fabio swings towards the creature. He swings towards the left, misses, and the chainsword gets embedded in the bulkhead.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Okay, brilliant. My turn. So, the aberrant takes a swing with his mighty sledgehammer. God, I just scrolled past the stats. I can do that. For this, I think I might. No, I will roll. I will roll and let you see just how strong this thing is. I think it's important that you see this.
Hell yeah. It was good knowing you, Fabio.
Does 6 go through your defense?
No, resilience 8.
Defense for hitting. Resilience
defense.
for the wounds.
Sorry, defense is 2. Yes, then it does.
Cool. Okay.
Jeez.
The sledgehammer strikes you in the chest, and although your armour stays true and soaks most of the damage, it knocks you unconscious instantly.
Oh, come on.
And you knock creature then moves. Who is next?
It is me. Oh shit.
Someone in the chat just said he came in like a rainbow. I agree.
Damn it, okay, so I need to move, and I want to go over to this zone over here. I'm gonna run away over to this zone.
Yep, yes, perfect.
I'm not sure if I get a backup opportunity or anything like that, but...
He will, if you want to change your mind. I just realised.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No, I need to get to there because I can't fire from there.
He will take an attack at you.
He's going to hit.
What is your defense?
1.
Hits. As you move past him, he grabs you. Using his head, he slams into you, throws you crumpled to the ground. You are unconscious.
Oh shit, okay. Well, just like, oh wow, just like that. Okay, cool.
My turn. I'm not getting it. I am getting statistic pleasure out of this.
No, yeah, this is good.
We can tell.
No.
Anastasia is unconscious. Shit. Okay. He moves. You're up.
Well, I suppose as mostly they're unconscious, they're not going to see anyway. And I'm going to attempt to use Smite on him and initiate some Psyker abilities. The only person that will see is Alex, who isn't here.
I think he'd be grateful for it at this point.
Yeah. So I need to roll my Psychic Mastery ability, which is sadly only a 4. Hooray! And I get a critical success.
So that will automatically hit him when you pass.
And I do 1d3 of mortal wounds.
You will do 3 mortal wounds.
Oh wow!
Because you've got critical success. So you
Sweet.
outright do 3
max.
mortal wounds. A mortal wound goes through. So just to explain to you guys, a mortal wound goes through any kind of armor and anything you've got, and any kind of resilience. You literally take that amount of wounds.
Wicked. Okay.
There's a system that you'll notice on a sheet called shock. That's like absorbing damage, so it's almost like non-lethal damage before you take lethal damage. That's basically what that means. If you got that.
Yep.
But mortal wounds go through that. And you just take that on your wound against your wounds. He looks genuinely looks stunned and hurt and racking with pain. However, you've got a move action, haven't you?
Can I do another? Can I do that again?
You can do 1 psychic power per turn, unfortunately.
Okay. Do I have the ability to draw? I'm guessing it's an action to draw my pistol.
Yep. That's absolutely fine.
So I can't draw and shoot. Basically, is what I'm saying.
I believe in this system, drawing a weapon is free.
Sweet. So sort of out of sheer panic of noticing the corpse, the unconscious bodies building up around me, I'm just going to pull out the shuriken pistol and fire. It's got rending. When you shift an exalted icon as part of an attack, I don't know what that means, basically.
So, roll the attack, and then if you get hit, I'll explain. And I'll also explain if you don't anyway, just for the purpose. It's easier to visualise it. So you got a 3, so you hit him, because his defence is actually only 3, because he's a big beast, so...
Just hulking
missing
dude,
is
yeah.
impossible. What you then do is, if you got higher than a 3, so say if you got 5 because you had an extra exalted dice there, so you rolled a 6, you can then shift that to your damage. So any spare 6s that you get that is higher than the roll that you need can be moved to damage.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit complicated and it takes a little bit of math, so if I don't spot it, you can tell me. But that's
cool. So I deal a grand total of 11.
Let's look at his resilience.
And then I cry as I'm about to go unconscious.
Just gonna check his resilience. Okay, you damage him. I think.
No, I know I've done some damage
no,
to him.
You didn't damage him with that.
No, I didn't.
There's a
There's a resilience of at least 11. And it's then his turn and I'm unconscious because I have... Unless he rolls a 1, I'm fucked.
Yeah, let's see what he rolls here.
Come on, 1. Come on, damn it.
So he gets a
critically
7
kills me.
with a critical success. And what he does is he throws his sledgehammer so hard, he smacks you, takes you out, and also caves into the chest of Alex behind you. You are both unconscious.
Cool.
GG.
PPK, first session.
Wow.
Yeah, that's rough.
This is an easy adventure on the rails, yeah.
As the last
No,
person
this is good.
falls,
This is good. This
as
is
the
cool.
last
It will
person
finish
falls-
before half 10.
Yeah. As the last person falls, the defense mechanism activates. And this is basically the 2 heavy bolters in the side of the hull, as we described earlier. They kick in, and they make short work of this aberrant. I mean, it sprays blood, guts, and viscera everywhere. Absolutely
Ew.
everywhere. And we are going to end it there.
Are you still there?
Actually, we won't end it there. We won't end it there because we've got a few minutes, and I think it's unfair. Well, it's nice to end on a cliffhanger, but I think you guys are probably going to want a bit of answers as to why you're all unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. I don't mind either way. But yeah, that's a cool place to
I'll treat you. I'll treat you guys.
try
That's
and post
nice.
credit scene. Yeah.
You awaken to an unfamiliar ceiling. As you arise from sleep, Anastasia nods towards you. Glad you could all finally stir. I was beginning to think that some of you weren't going to make it. We've been carried aboard the Glorious Pride by the cultists. And as far as I can tell, we await the same fate as the crew did. Operations and experimentations. We need to figure out a way out of here, and quietly. The last thing we want to do is to get the attention of the remaining cultists aboard this ship at the same time. It appears that you have been thrown into one of the old conference rooms. The chairs have been piled into one corner, and the safety protocol for this room has been initiated. Apart from a very small grated air vent, the room is sealed shut. Blood splatters cover the walls, and the body of an unfortunate research assistant lies dead in one of the corners of the room. Your weapons and equipment are missing.
Right, I still have a weapon, but fine.
And we shall end it there, because I think
Awesome.
that
Nice.
is a good place to end it.
Wow, that was cool. That's really good. I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.